Pats wide receivers. Jalen Polk, I have a ton of. I think he's my fourth highest owned wide receiver. I've got him in like 17% of drafts, I think. I'm very much buying the hype because it's usage hype. It's he's running with the ones from like day one of training camp. Like, how can you not be buying into that? He's getting reps. The expectations are big. I'm buying into that. So a ton of opportunity here in this in the Patriots offense. A very scalable depth chart. Pop Douglas was their top target earner and producer last season. He's kind of relegated to that slot role, so they won't be competing for snaps necessarily, but targets for sure. And then like Kendrick Bourne coming off the ACL, so you don't really know entirely. But I'm going to continue to buy Jalen Polk. Even as he starts to come up, running with the ones, very positive note. Javon Baker, I am not buying into the training camp hype. He has come down in drafts recently, but the clips that have come out in the last like 48 hours, I would bet he starts to come up a little bit. I mean, he's still going to be a pretty late and free pick, but I'm not buying into it. It's like one of those ones, like he makes a cool catch and like people get excited about that because of that. It's nothing like really actionable or useful, unlike Polk getting reps with the starters. Like, I don't know, like a cool catch coming out of training camp, like the social team's got to post something. Like I'm not really buying into it. Any feel here from you? You're probably a little bit more tuned into the Pat stuff than I am.
I would have had the exact same read not only 8 hours ago, but actually as of today, Javon Baker got his role increased after all the highlight plays we were seeing on Friday, Sunday. They ended up bumping him up to the top offense today, and he had a dominant performance in one-on-one drills, a bunch of catches in team drills as well. So it's similar now that there's a world where him and Polk are playing in the number one offense. I originally thought, Kendrick Bourne, he's been so good for us when he's healthy. It's kind of the veterans role. Javon Baker is definitely clearly behind him, and probably even KJ Osborne, who was reportedly one of the number ones. But now that it really does seem like Mayo is open to giving these rookies a true shot, and why wouldn't you be on this type of rebuilding roster? So yes, we got to keep monitoring who are actually the number one receivers, but the fact that they bumped him up after those highlight plays and he continued to perform, I really like the dude. He's always had swag, talking about making people in wheelchairs stand up and all that. Like, he has come in and had that cocky kind of attitude. The other quote today that came out, Javon Baker simply moves different from the rest of the receivers. He boasts more bursts and sprints, almost with a non-contact form of violence. I don't even know what that means, but I want it on my team. I'll tell you that. I'm excited to get him. So the fact that as you mentioned, he's dropped 6 spots in the last round of drafts, I bet that does not continue. But even the fact that he's not going up as he gets time with the ones as compared to Polk, who is at cost. I have a ton of Polk. I love Polk. As it is with so many people, one of my favorite backdoor stacks to get Polk in those 130s. Drake May late, even though he might not be the starter. The reports are that Brissett has definitely been out playing, and even though May has been impressive at times, you're probably not getting a full season of him. Still a great backdoor, though, for that late stretch. But yeah, I think the latest reports on Baker do have me certainly a little bit warmer than you may be, and you probably will warm up too.
Yeah, and I guess I must have missed the one where he's his role is changing, like he's running with the first team, and yeah, and also my saying I'm not buying it. I was saying I wouldn't be buying a proverbial rise in drafts like that. My philosophy is I'm not buying the rise on the guys who are coming up because of these clips. It's not worth it. It's not anything that's actionable. It's not anything that changes their fantasy football outlook. It's just people wanting to buy into things. So I'll have to go back and double check the stuff coming out of New England. And if he's going to be consistently running with the ones, I'm going to be very much in a free Javon Baker. We've talked at length about the Patriots being one of our favorite backdoor stacks, and I'll mix him in. And if he is in fact lining up to potentially be a starter or mixing in regularly, I will definitely have to start grabbing him more often. But
what is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.